Hey guys, so there was no conference yesterday. Sorry for the confusion. I meant to announce that as of week 10, my conferences are on demand because I'm making sure that everyone who needs to talk to me about their project can get in touch with me. But I had a good question come up in the discussions, and I made a quick video about it because it was too hard to explain. So here is the question that came up. Here's the diagram. We got a user table, a person table, an address table, and a household table. And the problem is the integrity of the address. So what it comes down to here, I have many people that each have one address. I have many households that have one address. Each household may have a person. Each household may have many people, which have the same address as the household, but a person may not belong to any household. So you may not be in a household. So that's fine. You have users that have one person, but most people are not users. So the integrity problem comes down with the address table with a concern for the student here. If someone updates the address, but the household doesn't, then we have broken data. So what they're saying is, if someone updates the address here, how do we make sure it doesn't break the people in the household to make sure like the address stays the same? So I took a look at this, and these are the changes that now I'm not saying these are right or wrong. This is what I would do looking at this. Okay, so we've got the user table, and we know that we have people, we have a person table, and some people are users, but not everyone's a user. So there's a one-to-one relationship between person and users. Okay, so we can have the person ID here, and we can link it over in users, and then the person. Okay, person and address is a one-to-one relationship. So people, one person can only have one address. So we want to make sure that that links over so we can have the ID here. Now, the question comes with this household thing. So let me show you the diagram that I made here. So this is a little different, okay? I have to say, I didn't use all the tables there. I just had the thing. Okay, so users and people, same deal, user per user, and then we got the person ID. And I still have the address going to the person ID. So the person has the address, a person can be a user. But then the question came with households, okay? So in my looking at this, we don't want to tie the address field to the household because we've already tied it to the person. So we only have one point of contact with the address table, because if the address table is tied to the person table, one-to-one relationship, right? And we have the household here, right? We have a household table, and then I've got household people. So because this would be many, because one person can be in many households, and one household can well, I suppose one person can be in many households. And then one household can hold many people. I do want to do this this intermediate table here because I want to make sure that these two tables link through here, and I can add into here household 1, person ID 1, 3, 5, 6, whatever it is. Okay. But if I do this and I've got this table and this table linked through here, and the address table is linked to person, I can do my searches and only have the addresses in one place. Okay. We could also do it where, and the reason why it has to be done this way is because a person may not be in a household. Person may be living on their own somewhere, so it's not in a household. So this just kind of goes here. We could also do this. So if we, because this is a one-to-one relationship, this will be a person can only be in one household. We can get rid of this altogether, right? Get rid of this and get rid of this. And then we can add household here and then link it that way. The only problem I would have with doing this, and this is just a Brother Stevic thing, is if we did it this way, so there's only one, the address table only touches one thing, it touches the person. The person's at the address, there's that, right? A person can be a user, so one-to-one here, a person can be part of a household, but they don't have to be. The only thing I don't like about this is that your household ID could possibly be a null. If there's a, or we'd have to have a default column in household like 0, not a member of any household. okay? Because this is gonna be a foreign key, we don't want a null here. Okay, so we don't want to have to say if they're not house, there's nothing. So that's why it's kind of better in some ways to do this, because if it lets me do it back, if we do this, then there won't be nulls anywhere. Okay, so by the way this works, we would just put persons who are in part of households here. It does mean we have the opportunity to have one person in multiple households, which should be weird, but we can put constraints in there, so that wouldn't happen. Okay, but this would be the answer. So the way to maintain the address integrity is to make sure that table only touches one place. Okay, and it's only going to touch the person table. Okay, so this is how I'd make the change for me personally. Or like I said, you could, I'm gonna switch back. No, it's not let me. Or you could just, like I said, have it to where you get rid of this. Link this up here. And do it this way. This would work as well. Like I said, my only complaint would be that if a person wasn't in a household, this would be null here, and that's not cool. We don't like null fields if we don't have to have them. Okay, well, I hope that answered the question. If not, please feel free to contact me, and I will in deeper. But this is a great question, you know, because we got it's kind of this round robin thing. And actually, this could oh, what's the name of that error? You can actually I think it's something called like an infinity error, where the data keep going round and round in circles and never find an answer. So we don't really want something that looks like this. Okay. So this would work. It's fine, but like I said, we don't want this address touching two places, because this is actually redundant data. It's the same thing, right? And since if we put a person in the address, if we put an address on the person and the person's in a household, we can write a query to find their information, their address. So I think that answers your question. Again, let me show you my design here. That's what I would do right here. And okay, keep working on your projects, keep working on the other stuff that you got going. You guys are doing great. It's week 10, 4 weeks to go, 4 weeks to go. And then summer's here. Well, summer's here now. I live in Florida. It's like 120 degrees outside. All right. Any questions, you know where to find me. You guys have a great rest of your day.